Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the owner of Houston Window Experts. Thank you for watching this video. Today I want to talk to you about the Pella Impervia window. Sure, you've heard of Pella. Have you heard of Impervia? Impervia is their fiberglass product, also known as a composite window. Composite windows are really a hot thing right now. And I wanted to talk to you about this window, and let's talk about what I like. Let's talk about what I'm not crazy about, and maybe this product's a product for you and for your home. So Pella is a almost 100-year-old company. They were started in 1925. They're based out of Pella, Iowa. And for many years, they've made beautiful wood windows. And then they started moving into wood windows that have an aluminum exterior because they found that was much more durable, especially in climates like Houston, where you get a lot of moisture. And then there's this product now that's truly impervious. And I wonder if that's the connection they're making here between Impervia and impervious. It's impervious to weather because it's fiberglass. I mean, you could literally, don't do this, but you could take this window and throw it in your swimming pool for a year and pull it out, and it would not be rotting, and it wouldn't be warping, it wouldn't be twisting. It might be kind of green and slimy, and it gets in the way when the kids are trying to jump in the pool. But the product itself, made out of fiberglass, is just really great stuff. So they call this Duracast. That's their name for their fiberglass product. There's some other fiberglass products as well that we sell. Marvin is one of them. We used to sell Milgard. Milgard's no longer in Texas. They make a fiberglass product as well. Anderson Fibrex is supposed to sound like fiberglass. I think that's back to the naming thing. It's actually not fiberglass. It's a composite window made of vinyl and wood. We have some videos about that you might want to check out, but it's one of the competitors for people looking for a composite window. So this is called Duracast, and Duracast is made by taking rovings of fiber along with their patented caps that are basically sheets of fiberglass as well. They offer structural integrity. It goes into a chemical solution that causes this thing to harden, and instead of being extruded where it's pushed out, it's actually pultruded, where it's actually pulled through the die, because you're pulling all of these strings. Imagine like a big bundle of shoelaces, right? Being pulled through this die, through this chemical bath, and then it actually creates heat and it hardens and it becomes very super strong. And that's why people like this product, is because of its strength. And it's a beautiful thing too. So that's what it is. Now, talking about the colors, okay? They have 5 colors to pick from when it comes to the Pella Impervia, and they also have the ability to do two-tone colors in 4 of these colors. So let's say you wanted all black window, which is really popular right now. This is a sample here of the black, or you could get it where it's black on the outside and white on the inside. One of the things that I like too about their colors is these are really pretty common colors that people tend to like. I mean, you got like a brown, you got a tan, you've got a gray color here, the black and the white. But also what I like about the white, because you know, 83% of all windows sold in the US are white windows. That's the most common color. I like that this is not stark white. Some white windows, and I got this little, actually a Pella brochure to kind of show you, this is like, you know, paper. And if you put this up against that, you can see right away that the color difference here is just terrific. This is not stark white like you get on paper. And so if you've ever been concerned about having windows that were just too in your face and too bold, this is a great product for that. Now, this is not paint, okay? This is actually a powder coat finish. So it's a baked on finish, and therefore it becomes very durable and very scratch resistant. And I'm gonna scratch this a little bit just to show you. You see I'm scratching that, and I'm actually getting some of it off the surface, but if I just took and wiped that off, look how nice that looks again. Okay, you're not gonna get that out of a painted product. So out of a powder coat finish like this, you get a really long lasting finish that's impervious to weather, and it looks beautiful, and it's gonna look like this for a very, very long time. So let me talk to you about what I like about this window. Well, I really like that it works with all the other Pella products. As long as you pick a product from Pella that's in this color, this family of colors, you can actually mix and match the product line. Now, you'd say, Jeff, why do I want to do that? Well, you know, they have like the really upper tier wood windows that have an aluminum exterior that maybe you want to put those into your living room, your dining room, maybe in the downstairs area or in the common areas where you don't mind spending a little more money for a little bit nicer product. But then in other parts of the house, maybe upstairs or the bathrooms, the guest rooms, or maybe you have an apartment in the back, being able to use this product on the house, matching the colors that they also make in their other products, that's really a great way to save money. And also, think about this. You wouldn't want a wood window near a bathtub, right? Because you have the wood there and you have all the moisture. Well, you could just go ahead and use a window like this instead of a wood window. I like that. I also like that it's got such a great contemporary design. Now this is a single hung window, which means that this window opens up and down. But if you notice this window right here, which is probably their most popular product within this family of windows, it's just really nice and narrow across here. And it's just about 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to grab a tape measure because I want to show you that in case you're trying to see how this looks at home. So this right here is 1 3/4 inches. And that's a really nice narrow profile. Now the reason it can make this so narrow compared to like sometimes you see really wide and chunky windows is because of the strength. You know, the Duracast, the fiberglass is so strong that it can actually hold the glass in bigger sizes just using a much narrower frame. Which leads me to the point of why fiberglass? Well, fiberglass is so strong, it actually expands and contracts at the same rate as the glass does. Unlike, say, vinyl or some other products that expand and contract more when they get into heat, because anything that gets hot is going to expand. And then when it gets cold, it's going to contract. So maybe you have a hot summer day that later in the evening cools off. Now, that doesn't happen much in Houston. But when you have cold and hot, that's going to expand and contract. And a lot of times when you have windows that expand and contract too much, you end up with seal failures. That's where you get that fog between the panes of the glass. While it's under warranty, it's still a nuisance, and no one likes to have to make a warranty claim to fix a window that has failed. With fiberglass frames, with the glass in there, you're going to have a whole lot less travel between the glass and the frame, and therefore you're going to have fewer seal failures, which is a wonderful thing to know about. Another thing that I like about this window is they actually have some different glass packages for different climates, different parts of the country, and they also have the ability to give you a better sound reduction rating on this product line. So where a typical double pane window is going to reduce the sound in your home by quite a bit, they actually have some other glass components that they can raise the sound reduction threshold up to an STC 37. If you don't know what that is, go watch my video about STC ratings for windows and you'll understand more. But if you're having trouble with the neighbor's dog barking or the swimming pool equipment of your neighbor's house is bleeding into your home and you can't sleep at night and you're kind of grumpy and your spouse is upset with you, you might want to consider an STC glass package upgrade. And I really like that that's available on this unit. I also like how they're doing their weather seal. There's actually a weather seal right inside the window here down at the bottom. And then there's one also across the front up here. So this one seals the back side, and then the front one seals against the front side. And also, like all good window makers, they also have these little holes down here that are called weep holes. So let's say that for some reason, somehow this window were to fail and water were to get down here inside the window, instead of that water coming into your house and ruining your sheetrock and your flooring, it would actually come out of the front here on these little valves. See that little valve that flips open there? So they've done a really good job with testing this about water and keeping the home dry, reducing air infiltration with this unit so you can have a quieter, more comfortable, cleaner home. And sometimes I hear from people who have sleep apnea or they have allergies or they have asthma, and they tell me that, you know what, since I've had new windows in my home, one of the benefits is I'm actually not getting all the pollen and the allergies and stuff into the house like I used to before. So that can be a real bonus for someone who's going through that as well. One of the other things I like about this window too is that on their fixed window, they actually have what's called an interior glazing. I'll let you come around that side so you can see. So on this window, if you notice here, really nice clean lines, right? You don't see any screws that are holding this glass in here. On the outside, the corners are really nice and beautiful. So this piece here and the outside piece are sandwiching this glass into place. And like watch right here and you can see how I'm pulling on this. See how I pull and that kind of separates? Do you see that coming apart there? Yeah, so we have a special tool that we can come in here with. We pop this off. And the fact that it's interior glazing, the reason that matters to you is because let's say this was on a second or a third story or even a fourth story room and this glass broke. Well, instead of having to get a lift or get scaffolding or lots of ladders, especially with a big window, to change that glass from the outside, the glass can actually be changed from the inside. And so that's really cool that it has an interior glazing. I really like that. Also, because this is a fiberglass product and it's really so strong, they can make really large casements in this. In fact, they can make a larger casement in this than they can in some of their other products. And I really like that. And also they can make really big windows. In fact, they can make in this product windows that are up to 70 square feet. So what does that mean? Well, you could get a 10-foot wide by 7-foot tall window. Wouldn't that be really cool? Can you imagine having this really cool, narrow, clean profile within all of that glass across the back of your house or across the front of your house in a nice big window? Pella can do that. It actually is not welded together onto corners like vinyl is. These corners are actually a corner key, they call it, where you have a piece here and a piece here inside the window that these slide over and connect to. So you have a really good, clean corner. And what's nice about that is you end up with a really smooth, look how beautiful and smooth that intersection is right there, unlike vinyl. Now, premium vinyl, they'll clean it up and it'll look great. Not that great, but it'll look great. But with fiberglass, this stuff is amazing. And it's just so clean and so smooth, you're not gonna have dirt being attracted there. It's not going to stick there and make it look ugly. And also, think about the integrity that goes behind that. When you do have expansion and contraction, not only for the glass sake, but also for water infiltration. When this is sealed like this is, you're not going to have any issues with water coming in through this corner. And that's really cool. One thing I want to point out while we're standing right here, if you take a look at this, it has what looks like little ridges. I had a lady who watched one of our other videos and she messaged me on YouTube and said, Jeff, is that a texture? It's kind of hard to see. I'm not sure what it is. And yeah, you can just barely feel that. But what I like about it is, instead of it just being smooth and slick and looking like it's plastic or something, it actually kind of looks a little bit like sawn wood, almost like this went through a mill, even though it didn't. Now, I'll tell you what my guess is that you see those little ridges. I think it's from when it's being pulled, right? Because I told you it's called pultrusion. When it's being pulled through that die, I'm sure there must be some friction. And maybe that friction every so often leaves a little ridge as it comes across there. I'm not sure. When I get to go visit the Pella factory, and they're inviting us to go up there soon, I'll do a video up there and I'll ask that question. But to me, looking at it, that's a positive. When you walk up to this window and you look at it, it looks elegant, it looks expensive, and it's beautiful. Now, there are a couple of things that I don't like. I hate to complain, right? Because it's such a beautiful product and it does so much. But, you know, we try to be transparent and honest with you and point out some things that maybe you wouldn't notice, but as professionals we do. One of the negatives to powder coat is when they actually apply the powder, it's actually like sprayed on as a powder and then it gets baked. The powder itself is not super fine, right? I mean, it's fine, but it's not so fine. And what happens is sometimes it doesn't get all the way into the cracks. If you stand right here at this angle, you'll notice there's some like, what looks like powdery whiteness in there. See, that's like a little groove. This is called an accessory groove on the window where we can snap in different accessory trim options. And you can see where the powder coat wasn't able to get all the way in there. And so that does not look to me as perfect and as precise as it could have been if it had been, say, like a wet finish, like a painted finish. You would have been able to get down into that. You can see it even more noticeable right here on this accessory groove on this picture window, how you can just see the difference there, and it's not quite completely covering. Now, if you got the lighter colors, right, if you had the white or you had the gray, it would probably not be obvious, but when you get a black window like this, it's gonna show up. That's one of the things. The other thing that I wish they did, and maybe someday they will, I wish that they would allow for the grids that are between the glass to also be on the surface. You know, if you have those grids on your house that divide the window and you want that in this product, it only comes between the panes of glass. They don't make an option for it to go on the surface, which is more realistic looking. When you're standing at the street and you look at the window and the grid is on the surface, it actually looks more realistic. Now, the counterpoint to that. A lot of people like having the grids between the glass because that's easier to keep the window clean. Anytime you have something on the surface of the window, it's going to attract dirt and it's going to be more work when it comes time to clean your house. The other thing that I'm not crazy about, but I understand why they do it, I'll show you on this window right here. If you notice here, there's this kind of a gray material through here. It's a butyl of some type that they use in putting this window together. And then right up here at the top, they stop about 8 inches from getting to the end. And you can see that silver part there. I wish this had continued all the way up. I think it would have looked a little bit nicer. But here's the reason they do it, and we'll get you a close-up of this. Actually, inside of every window that they make, right in that little shiny metal part up there, you're going to see that there's a serial number for the window. That's so awesome. So, you know, it's a give and take. But the nice thing about having a serial number is, let's say you had a problem with your window and you needed to get a hold of Pella. Now, obviously, if you buy the windows from me, you talk to me, I'll get a hold of Pella. But if you needed to get a hold of Pella to talk to them about your windows, they would say, Mr. or Mrs. Homeowner, could you please go to the window, look at the top right-hand corner, get your reading glasses on, especially if you're my age. Could you read me that serial number? And when they read that, they know right away. They know which product it is. They know which glass package you have. They know what size that glass is. They know the color of the frame. So that way, when there is a service request, a need for someone to come out to your house to work on a window while it's under warranty, they don't come out and take a look. They don't come out and take measurements. They don't come out and try to figure it out and then go back and then come back and see you a month later. When they come out, they can come out with all the right parts on the truck in order to get the window fixed. Other than that, I really don't have complaints. I mean, maybe one little thing, you probably can't even appreciate it over the camera, but right here, this is an exterior glaze. Remember I showed the other window was interior glaze? This is exterior, meaning this is that little bead that it snaps off if I had to change the glass to put new glass in there. You can see the color on this is not exactly the same black because this is made out of fiberglass and this is made out of some kind of either a polymer or it's made out of vinyl. I'm not really sure what it's made out of, but I can see that it's just slightly different. Overall though, I really love these windows and I love the Pella brand name. It's great for resale if you ever decide to sell your house. So let's talk a little bit about the warranty. It has a lifetime warranty, limited lifetime warranty on the structure itself, the fiberglass, okay? And it has a 20-year warranty on the glass, and it has a 10-year warranty on the hardware and on the finish, the exterior finish. Now, one thing that's really cool about this too is that this warranty is transferable. And so if you decide you're gonna sell your house, you put it on the market, you can tell the new buyer, hey, you're getting Pella windows, and that's really gonna help when you come to sell your house. And since that warranty is transferable, they get the same benefits that you got, but they only get it for 10 years, not for a lifetime. So check out the warranty on their website. It gives you some more details, but I think that's a really cool thing. And then lastly, one of the things I want to point out about this window is that Consumers Report, 2019 Consumer Report, they rated this as the #1 composite window for remodeling projects. So if you're thinking about remodeling your home and you're thinking about a composite window like this won Consumer Report's #1 spot on their list for 2019. So that's really a cool plus, a cool benefit. Well, before I go, I want to talk a little bit about price, right? Everybody wants to know, what does a window like this cost? And also, who is this window for? Can I afford this window? Well, I would say a typical home buying this window is, at least in our market, is going to be a house that is going to sell for at least $400,000 to $500,000 and up, okay? Because it's not an inexpensive product. Now, when you think about windows, we have low-end, cheap vinyl windows, okay? That's going to be your cheapest window. Then you have mid-grade vinyl windows. Then you have high-grade vinyl windows. And then you have what we call ultra-premium vinyl windows. Now, at Houston Window Experts, all we carry is ultra-premium vinyl windows. So that's already, if you're using a car analogy, that's already a Lexus, okay? So if that was a Lexus, this is a Mercedes. This is going to cost more money. And then some of the other products that Pella makes, they're more like, Ferraris and Lamborghinis. So as far as Pella product line is concerned, this is more in the middle. It's not the $1 sign or the $2 sign. It's the $3 to $4 sign, and then their lifestyle series, their architect series, their reserve series, those are going to be your $4 and $5 sign products. So it's not cheap, but it's a great value because you're getting a great product from a great company with a great warranty. And if you use a professional installer like Houston Window Experts, you're going to get many, many years of trouble-free, impervious product to keep your home beautiful and safe. And that's what we're all about. Actually, we're our family helping your family. You know, we're a big enough company. We install about 20,000 windows a year. We're a big enough company that we have the best stuff, right? We can afford to get the best workers. We can afford to get the best technology. But we're small enough that we actually care about each and every one of our clients. It's our family serving your family. And we promise, if we can be a part of your project, you'll learn that we're a company that values honesty, integrity, and doing what's right. Thanks for watching this video. If we can help you in some way, feel free to let us know. Have a great day.